você procurar saber das coisas que estão acontecendo. E deu certo no Facebook. E aí acabou que eu tô aqui na Califórnia e vou participar do Vator Splash, uma competição que tem, tipo o Meetup que a gente tem no Brasil, o Meetup que tem no Brasil. E a gente tem uma startup brasileira competindo e a gente tá aqui para torcer junto e trazer todas as novidades para vocês. Tá bom? Beijo. Vamos fazer um make-off. Como é que você tá? Você tá nervoso? Como é que você tá?
Tranquilaço. Nosso produto é muito legal.
Vamos levar pro Brasil, então. Sim. Agora a gente vai ter o brasileiro falando e eu vou filmar tudo para poder passar para vocês.
Anyway, the Vator Splash means you mention the sponsors. All right, next, SuperGasMe.
Yes. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Yonathan. I moved here about 6 months ago from Brazil, and we have a really cool idea that will help you all save almost $2 billion in the next year on the gas. So what we decided to create is this. Here? Okay. So it's clear to me and to everyone here that gasoline prices are always going up. In fact, gas prices just went up 12% over the past 2 weeks. And we have created something really cool, and I'm pretty sure that you're all going to like it. Okay, let me go back here. When I moved here about 6 months ago, I wanted to lease a really cool, nice convertible BMW. But when I figured out how much money I was going to spend on gas, on top of that lease, I decided to get a bike because that would be much cheaper for me. So it's clear for me and for everyone that gas prices are going up. And let me show you what are we doing here. We decided to create a mobile payment platform called SuperGasMe that allows customers to save 20% on gas by preloading the gas expense onto the car lease. So what we do is, the next time you go to this specific dealership, I cannot say the name of the company that I'm going to work with, but you go there and you decide to lease a specific car. They're going to give you the option to preload that gas for the next 3 years, and instead of paying, let's say, $200 for that car, you're going to pay $270, $280. That money comes to us, we go to the future market, we buy that gasoline, and we sell it to you for 20% cheaper than the actual retail price at the gas stations. We guarantee you that price. That's just an example, but we're working on a deal with one of the top 3 car manufacturers here in the States. Sorry. That specific brand has over 1,000 dealerships across all the United States, and they have more than 30,000 representative sales pushing our product. They have more than 2 million sales, and last week when I had a meeting with them, they told me 60% of their sales, of their customers, would sign up for our product. That means 1.5 million users on the first year.
Wow.
I just told you about one specific company, but that's the actual market size for the United States. Last year, 16 million cars were sold. The average consumption over 3 years is $6,000. We're targeting 1% of the market, which is much, much less than only one deal with one specific company. All that leads us to almost $1 billion. We keep 5% of the transaction, and we have a very specific revenue model that I'm going to show you right now. Again, that's not Honda, that's not the company I'm working with. We charge every piece of the transaction here. So how it works is, when you go to the dealer, we're going to charge the manufacturer, we charge a piece from the dealer, we charge a piece from the bank that's leasing that car, and we only charge 1% for the gas station instead of 2.7, 3% against Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. This is my team. All my buddies are in Brazil. They're hoping to be here right now. We're looking for $1 million to put it on the market.
We'll start in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's a clever go-to-market to tack this onto the lease on that side of things. But how does the integration work with gas stations? Do you need to actually sign up gas stations? Is this a mobile scan?
Okay, what are we doing now? I actually have the prototype here to show you. What we're doing now is we're applying the same business model from Groupon, but for gasoline. Now I'm working with Chevron and Valero. Those are the both 2 gas stations companies that I'm talking to. And that's it. They both combined to have 12,000 gas stations. They all gonna get iPads and have iPads to scan the QR code on your phone.
So if I want to use this product, I have to find a specific gas station. I can't necessarily.
Actually, it works pretty easy. So let's say you live here in San Francisco, but you drive to Palo Alto every day. The system knows that you fill your tank every 5 days. On the 5th day, you're gonna get a notification. James, right?
Yes.
Okay, James, you're running out of gas. We have a gasoline station 2 miles away from you. Drive there. The gas price at that place is X dollars. When you get there, you just need to scan your phone, and that's it. You already paid for the gas.
You have that integration set up with those stations currently? Or?
Not yet. We're working on it. As I told you, we're making a deal right now with those gas stations, and we're gonna have some iPads delivered to all the gas stations that we deal with. Harsh.
I agree with you. Gas prices are going up, which is why I have an EV, which is good. But the big question there is, you know, I mean, you're trying to charge money from everybody, and you know, you said you sell it with a lease, but you know, the demographic that's leasing cars is probably less sensitive to the price of gas, and the cars that are being leased, obviously, you know, the ones that have a better lease is a better value, right? But what about, you know, when you're just buying the cars, and how do you prepay? I mean, it's really high value of money, and I don't really want to prepay, you know, all of my gas.
Actually, you're not prepaying that gas. You're just signing up a contract with your bank, the bank that's leasing that car. So, for example, if you're leasing or financing, whatever, a car for $25,000 or $30,000, we're just gonna add that $6,000 for the gas. So you're not paying all that gas in advance. You're only paying installments. But the bank already gives us that money in advance. So we collect all the money that you're gonna spend over the next 3 years. We collect on day 1. We go to the future market, we buy that gasoline, and we sell it to you for a cheaper price. Go.
I also have an EV. I was actually also an early investor in Tesla Motors, and the question I have is in the details here. Like, how are you actually going to get someone to push this as a lease item, and how do you actually get like a large dealership to do this?
Okay, what are we doing right now is we're dealing with one specific car manufacturer in the States. As I told you, they sell a lot of cars, and what I'm bringing to the table here is, let's talk about Toyota and Honda. Toyota sells 85 cars. Honda sells 100. I go to Toyota and say, listen, your competitor is selling 50% more cars than you. And it's been tested by GMC back in 2008 that giving gasoline, preloading gasoline on the car expense, on the car lease, helps increasing car sales. So that's what I'm bringing to Honda or Toyota or whatever the company I'm working with.
I guess my follow-up, why wouldn't Toyota just do this? Why wouldn't Toyota just do this, or Honda, or anybody?
Why wouldn't they use, or would they use?
Why wouldn't they do this themselves? Like, I understand the value to them. Like, if I was Toyota, I would just add this check-the-box option.
Okay.
In fact, I'd ask Tesla to do this.
They could do something like this, but I went to the law school, and one of the first things that I learned on the first class on business law is everyone knows what they are doing. So, for example, Honda, they manufacture cars, and if they're doing they want to do something to increase their sales, they're going after the marketing department, and the marketing department has to find something to increase their sales. So that's where we come in. We're helping them increase their sales.
All right, got 1 minute. Jules, quick question or thought?
Okay, my other car is a Prius, guys. It sounds like a big part of your play is commodities trading.
Yes.
How are you addressing that?
Sorry?
How are you addressing that? Who on your team is doing that, or what's your plan?
At the moment, I don't have anyone doing that, but I've been talking to an investment company in New York, and they're very expert. They have the expertise about trading future markets for gasoline. And we had like a few calls, and they're feeling totally comfortable about doing this for us.
There's some off-balance sheet stuff, no big deal. Anyway.
What if gas prices skyrocket?
Sorry?
What if gas prices skyrocket?
So what happens is, let's say you're going to Costco now, and you want to buy 50 pounds of worth of meat. You buy that meat, but the prices go up on the next week. But you already paid for that meat. So that means you're not paying more for that because you already paid. So what happens here is we go to the future market, we buy enough gasoline for you and for everyone that is here. So let's say you're going to spend 1,500 gallons over the next few years. We buy the gallons, we keep all that paperwork, and we give that paperwork to Chevron and Valero distributors. And they already have your gas.
Super Wine Me, over there. Thanks. You did a good job.
If you guys are looking for that, something really cool.
All right. Time's up. Woo!